All right, in the last hour and a half, Brendan Banfield took the stand in his own defense. He is the Virginia man accused of killing his wife and another man and plotting to do so with the couple's live-in nanny.
Yeah, court resumed today. Our Katie Lusso has followed this case from the very beginning. She joins us now to break down what we heard. And Katie, we know that we learned a lot about their relationship, at least from Brendan's perspective.
Right, we learned a lot and all very quickly, right? Brendan took the stand at 4:15, so less than an hour ago. Court wrapped up at 5, and my goodness, we did hear a lot. And his story is different than Juliana's. You know, he says that Juliana initiated the relationship between the two of them in August of 2022. He painted her as starting the conversation while he was downstairs cooking and she was upstairs, and she started sending him screenshots of her dating profile, if you will, and making comments about how a lot of the people she was matching with had similar names to Brendan. So an interesting moment there. Not really sure where he was going with that, but he talked about that. Then he said how she came downstairs and she really initiated that first physical touch, if you will, and then she followed him up to their bedroom. I think it's important to mention the defense attorney said, were you happy in your relationship with Christine Banfield? Did you want to stay married to her? And he said yes. He said the relationship with Juliana was just an affair, and he went on to say that it wasn't his first affair. He said he has had multiple affairs and that Christine knew about at least 2 of them. But then listen to this. He also said that Christine had affairs. So a lot really happening there in that moment.
We didn't see much emotion from him as he was talking about Christine. We haven't seen much emotion from him at all since he's been on the stand. I wonder if he's trying to paint a picture. I mean, he says one thing, but his body language and energy seems to suggest that he really didn't have any feelings for her, and that Juliana was the one who was there, was showing up to the soccer practice, was available because his wife was traveling for work, and setting it up like, well, it just sort of happened.
Yeah, and the only time we've really seen emotion for him is when the body camera footage was played, where you could hear him in the hospital being told that his wife had died. And we actually got that video today and we put it up on WUSA9.com. But that was really the only time we've seen him get emotional, if you will. Obviously, our body language expert, she said that she wasn't really buying that emotion, that it seemed a little off. And she'll be back with us in just a bit, around 5:30 tonight.
Now, you've been talking with legal experts over on WUSA 9+, watching this case play out. What are they saying about the purpose that it serves, putting Brendan Banfield on the stand?
Right, so Frank Salvedo, our legal expert, he felt like this was a bad idea. He said he did not think this should happen, and he was shocked when we saw Brendan get up there on the stand. He said the only reason the defense would want to put him up there is to kind of get that emotion from him, and we're not really seeing that. I asked Frank before he left us just a moment ago how he thought Brendan was doing, and he said a strong C-.
We didn't see any emotion at all.
Yeah, I mean, we see any emotion at all, and obviously we can look in the chat because we can see that this is on our WUSA 9+ channel, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of sympathy for Brendan Banfield there. And a lot of people had questions about why he was allowed to paint this picture of Christine and the fact that she's not here to defend herself, obviously.
Right, and we didn't really hear the prosecution objecting much. Frank told me that they really have to be careful here. The judge really has to let him talk because the jurors are watching not only Brendan Banfield, but both attorneys to see how they're treating him because he is innocent until proven guilty.
Correct.
So what can we expect tomorrow?
Yeah, so Brendan will be back on the stand tomorrow. It wrapped up tonight at 5 o'clock, around a little after 5 o'clock, with the defense questioning him. He will be back on the stand tomorrow. Then there will be cross-examination. There were some murmurs about possibly having another witness or 2 come back up to the stand, but nothing set in stone. I will say the prosecution and the defense said they should be ready to give the jury instructions by tomorrow. I will mention, though, that there is going to be court on Friday. So because of the snow and everything, they did check, and the jurors are available Friday, so there will be court Friday from 10 to 4:30.
So you're suggesting that there's a possibility that the jury could actually get this case and begin pondering it next week?
Even as early as this week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
all right.
moving. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you for all of your updates and watching every moment of this trial.
And we'll be back at 5:30 with Janine Driver, our body language expert.
Can't wait to hear what she has to say.
Yeah,
She's
absolutely.
good. All right, you can watch every moment of this trial, by the way, streaming live on our free WU